If you notice that your partner humiliates you, and especially in public, that's not good. If you always or constantly fearful, if you're constantly fearful in that relationship, that's not a good sign either, because you can't progress when you're fearful. You're always walking on eggshells around the person. If you notice that there is either you do not respect your partner or your partner does not respect you, there should be mutual respect. That is, both of you respect one another. I mean, respect each other. Hello, welcome again to Regenerate, where we focus on emotional and mental well-being as well as personal improvement. I would like us today to look at a topic that is relevant to many of us because it affects a lot of people, and it is about toxic relationships. We're going to look at some of the signs of a toxic relationship, and we're also going to look at ways or give you tips on how you can leave a toxic relationship if you find yourself in one. So a toxic relationship is an unhealthy one. It's a relationship that is unhealthy. It may be abusive, or rather there may be abuse in it, and there's also usually an imbalance of power between the partners. As much as all of us desire to have healthy relationships, it is not uncommon to find oneself in a relationship that is not growing. It is crippling. It is miserable. It makes one unhealthy, even physically and sometimes even emotionally. And so we are going to look at some of the signs to look out for in order to gauge if a relationship is maybe abusive. One obvious sign is there is abuse. Where there is abuse in a relationship, it is not going to grow. It doesn't matter what form of abuse it is. It could be verbal abuse, where one partner verbally insults the other one often. It may be physical abuse, where there is violence. Maybe one or both partners are engaging in physical confrontation, maybe fighting. And so any form of, it may be emotional abuse, where one or both partners are really tearing each other down. And so whatever form of abuse that may be involved in this kind of a relationship, it is clearly a toxic relationship. And so that is one very obvious one. But there are other signs, like if there's humiliation, if there's constant humiliation between the partners, one partner may be humiliating the other one, sometimes in private, but also sometimes in public. If there are threats, involved, one partner may be threatening the other one. Where there's fear, fear is a big one, because where there's fear, there's nothing there's nothing to grow in that relationship. You can't move forward, and so fear is a big factor. There's also disrespect. If you find that your partner disrespects you, that's an indication that you're not in a healthy relationship, because there should be mutual respect. There is also dishonesty involved. So there's people are not truthful. There's infidelity, and infidelity is an obvious sign of an unhealthy relationship or a toxic relationship. The other sign is control and manipulation, whereby one partner may be controlling the behavior of their partner, manipulating their lives in order to make them conform to how they would like them to be. There's also the issue of substance abuse. If there's substance abuse, and especially if it's really heavy, that is a sign. That is a sign that relationship is not really healthy. And then there's another factor or another sign, and that is irresponsible behavior. This is where one partner may abdicate their responsibilities around the relationship or the home or the marriage if they're married, and therefore they leave all the responsibilities to their partner. So the other one is burdened, is has to take on the responsibility of the one that has refused to take on their responsibilities, their portion of the responsibilities. So if you notice many or just enough of these signs, if you notice that your partner humiliates you, and especially in public, that's not good. If you always or constantly fearful, if you're constantly fearful in that relationship, that's not a good sign either, because you can't progress when you're fearful. You're always walking on eggshells around the person. If you notice that there is either you do not respect your partner or your partner does not respect you, there should be mutual respect. That is, both of you respect one another. I mean, respect each other. If you notice that if one or both are cheating, if there is infidelity, that's a no-no, because it's eventually going to destroy that relationship. Of course, we have talked about control and manipulation, substance abuse, and irresponsible behavior. And so look out for those ones. But if you do notice those, or if you know many others, because these are just a few, how can you end a relationship like this one? Because in some situations it becomes even physically threatening to one or both partners, especially where there's physical violence involved. It's not easy to end a relationship, and especially one that has been ongoing for quite a while, or if it's a marriage. But if it is a toxic relationship, there's a way you need to find a way either to change things, or to just end it, or just leave. So how do you go about the leaving or ending this relationship? One, seek professional help. It is easy to assume that you will just leave and it's going to be okay, but it can be it can be a lot more than just leaving. And so seek out people who can help you. And this can be, if you're in a marriage, it may mean you involve divorce lawyers or legal experts on how to end the relationship and the marriage. If there are children involved, of course, you will need to find how you go about it because of custody issues. You also probably need to seek mental health experts in order to be able to, first of all, deal with the trauma of having suffered, for whatever period of time you are in that relationship, but also how to transition into a healthier life after that. So seek out people who would be able to help you. So don't go it alone. Don't just assume I'll just leave. And it is also important to share with family and friends who care about you, because they will be supportive. Number two, it is important to plan ahead. That means you don't just jump out of that relationship. You need to know, or rather, you need to plan on. So from here, where am I going? If the house that you're living in, you need to leave from that house, where are you going? Were you depending on this person, on your partner, for sustenance? Are you working? Are you financially independent or not? If you are depending on your partner, you may need to find a way on how to survive as you live. So you don't just don't just wake up and go, as much as you need to live. So plan ahead, look at all the angles, and see, find a safe way to live, so that you don't leave and then you find yourself now in other situations that you had not planned. If you are not working and you have skills, you probably need to find a job. You need to find a way to earn an income so that you don't go and then find yourself in dire straits.